Chris, what is our second main topic today?
This one comes from Victor. Hey, John and team. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I was one of the people who was really excited to hear about Bad Bunny playing El Muerto for Sony. Unlike the Bro situation, by putting the one of the biggest global superstars in the lead role, it guarantees it will get loads of attention. And now I'm even more excited because they're saying the writer for Blue Beetle, which WB seems to have a lot of confidence in, is now writing El Muerto. Wondering what you guys think.
All right, thanks a lot, Victor. And yeah, going back to CinemaCon, they surprised everybody. When at CinemaCon during the Sony presentation, they brought Bad Bunny out on stage, who is like the #1 recording artist in the world right now. And they put up on the screen all these Spotify records. He owns like every major Spotify record and all this kind of nonsense. I honestly didn't even realize he was that big. That's just me.
The LA had Bad Bunny Day last week. He played SoFi. And it was a big deal.
Huge deal. And they brought him out on stage at CinemaCon, which a lot of people in that stadium were very, very excited when they did. And they announced that he was going to be the lead in El Muerto. And of course, the fact that they're making this movie is a huge deal. I mean, this is great. It's going to be the first Marvel Latino lead character that any Marvel character has ever had. So, I mean, that's exciting. That's great. I was not thrilled with the selection of Bad Bunny as the lead because there are no Latino actors who have actually dedicated themselves to the art of acting and who are actually really good actors. None of them exist, huh? Really? You just got to go with the singer. Now, I then went to go see Bullet Train. I saw Bullet Train after that. And of course, Bad Bunny's in that. It was a small role, not a lot of dialogue, but he was all right. He was okay. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I am still very, very questioning the selection here. But you do raise a great point. We were just talking yesterday about the flopping of Bros. And one of the culprits there was that nobody knew anybody who was in the movie. A lot of people didn't know anybody who's in that movie. So to an average movie-going audience, they're like, I don't recognize anybody. They ain't going to have that problem with Bad Bunny being the lead in this. So I got to give it that. This will probably bring a hell of a lot more attention to the project. So there is that. Now, as far as bringing on the writer, you're right. This is good news. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety who write the following. Sony Pictures has put together its filmmaking team for El Muerto, the first Marvel superhero movie headlined by a Latino character. Recording superstar Bad Bunny, who recently made his film debut in Sony's Bullet Train, will star in the project with Giannis Curon Desierto, I don't know how to pronounce that properly, signed up to direct, and Gareth Dunnett Alcácer, Blue Beetle, writing the script in early development. As is the case with all Sony Marvel films, El Muerto, aka Juan Carlos Estrada Sanchez, originated in the Spider-Man comic universe as an adversary for the web-slinger. Like Venom, Morbius, and the upcoming Kraven the Hunter with Aaron Taylor Johnson, El Muerto will be an anti-hero story focusing on the son of a luchador who stands to inherit the power of the El Muerto. And that, of course, comes with Variety. Listen, I love everything about the description of it. I do question the choice to bring in a non-actor to be the lead of your film. That aside, we have heard really good things about Blue Beetle. Unlike the unfortunate Batgirl saga, everything that we heard coming out of Blue Beetle was complete opposite. Everything we heard coming out of Blue Beetle was everybody's really happy with it. So much so that Warner Brothers promoted the film from going straight to HBO Max to make it theatrical. That tells us they really love the script. If they love the script, Sony took notice and they brought him in. So, hey, listen, if you're somebody who's looking forward to this movie, this is a huge positive, I think. Anyway, Chris, you hear about this, adding the writer of Blue Beetle. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's great. It really does speak to the confidence of Blue Beetle, too. I mean, that obviously getting greenlit to go into theaters and everything, people are really, really believing in this over at WB. So I think this writer coming on to take this project on is really, really excellent. I'm excited about this movie. And I got to say, too, Bad Bunny got rave reviews for the 4 episodes he did on Narcos. And the showrunner on that talks about how he is so charismatic and compelling to watch. And I think that he's got the chops. I think this is a great opportunity for him, and I'm really excited. Also, if you haven't checked out a lot of his music videos, super, super fun and really, really fun stuff happening in there. I think he can pull this off.
Rob, what do you think about that? What stands out to you in this story?
Well, the fact that they've decided, I don't understand Sony's what they're making, the Spider-Man movies, but they're so bananas that like I read this and I think I want to see this movie. like just to see how it's going to
The
be.
description is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, a luchadors, you know, the El Muerto character, the fact that I just love that people in the executive suites are going, you know, they have all the Spider-Man universe. They're like, let's do Madam Web. You know, okay. You know, and now they're going to do this. And like you just said, Chris, Bad Bunny is, I think, a charismatic performer. And I think back to movies like Performance that starred Mick Jagger or David Bowie doing Man Who Fell to Earth. I'm not saying it's going to be like that, but there's a precedent for pop stars doing well in movies.
Hope springs eternal.
Oh, I ain't saying
That's
it's
right.
impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm
No,
saying the
of course.
batting average is low.
Yes,
That's all I'm saying.
But I think that this I'm excited about this movie.
Hey, you know what? He does a great commercial with Snoop Dogg. Those beer commercials
I
he does
love
with Snoop
those.
Dogg are pretty good. Anyway, Ray.
I just wanted to add something real quick. There's all the actors, but then you also have to include his love for wrestling. I mean, he is
Oh,
a
yeah,
love
he
for
appeared in
wrestling.
WWE.
He's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
fun on WWE.
Yeah, if they're gonna do wrestling moves, and he's a
And
superstar,
yeah, this is a luchador
And
family.
he delivered. He
and
delivered
for a
on
character
WWE.
that's unknown, bring in one of the biggest stars who can speak Spanish because he is Spanish,
Right.
Who loves
and who loves
wrestling.
wrestling.
And
All
listen,
those.
that is the one big prop I got to give to this because, again, we were talking about yesterday the problem with Bros. Nobody recognized anybody.
Ugh, go see Bros.
This is a character nobody knows about outside of the hardcore comic nerds. You put Bad Bunny in the lead of this. I mean, listen, from a marketing perspective, it's a no-brainer. It is a brilliant move.
Plus-
I really, you know what they need? I just hope that this director can be like James Gunn with Dave Bautista, that knows how to take, okay, what gifts do you have? And let's really accentuate those gifts, and we'll make sure not to put you in scenarios where your weaknesses are going to be exposed. If this director can do what James Gunn did with John Cena and with Dave Bautista, then it could really work.
Yeah, I agree. I think also Bad Bunny's going to put everything he's got into this.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he's going to go 100% full on.
Sure.
And it's going to be, because you can tell just by, like you pointed out, the TV commercials, the music videos. I mean, he does have a very fun presence in pop culture right now.
He absolutely does. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? They got a director, they got the writer of Blue Beetle on. I mean, this has all got to be seen as positive news for this project. How do you feel about it? Are you paying any attention to it? Wherever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, MeUndies. Now, guys, I admit for all my life, I have been a low quality underwear wearing kind of guy. I always just got the cheapest pack of underwear I could find because I never really thought about it. Well, that all changed when I started wearing MeUndies. They are simply the softest and most comfortable underwear I have ever owned, and I will never go back. And guys, spooky season is here, and so is the latest Halloween collection by MeUndies. Warning though, it's scary soft. MeUndies is back with a new limited edition prints like Jack Attack, No Body Like You, and Spell It Out. So go on and grab undies, socks, bralettes, and more made from their feels like you have nothing on micromodal fabric. And if you need a last minute costume, be lazy and transform into a spooky skeleton with their loungewear set, Lazy Bones. Guys, the scary soft hype is real. If you're not impressed with MeUndies, your first pair is on us. That's a promise. To get 20% off your first order and free standard shipping on US orders, go to MeUndies.com/Campea. That's MeUndies.com/Campea.